Hey everybody, welcome back to the Penn State LCS Week 1 of this season. If you guys are just tuning in, my name is Rudy. I'm joined here by my favorite Canuck, Doug. How's it going, Doug?
It is always going well, Rudy. Thanks for asking. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good myself. I actually had to check to make sure I had JMD on the right side. But yes, this is JMD on the blue side. We got Poke Squad on the red side. And these teams are actually pretty evenly matched when I looked at them through op.gg quick. So I feel like this is going to be a really good matchup.
Yes, the excellent scouting of op.gg.
Yes.
Also my preferred scouting source. But I do know JMD a little bit. Josh Miller Day. They were here last season.
They've been in almost every season of the Penn State LCS, actually.
Well, I've only been here 2 seasons, Rudy, so I can only go so far. But Pokey, I believe, is new to me. Well, I know they're new to me. I don't know if they're new, period. You will have to fill me in on that. But yeah, we're getting some unsurprising bans. Well, one unsurprising ban, I guess, in the Zoe. Still pretty much that top mid lane champion, especially after the other strong ones received some nerfs. Which she managed to escape. But then Scion and Echo are interesting bans. Especially with the Frost Queen's claim line now kind of off the table for Echo with the recent support changes. That's one of his favorite items. So it's interesting to see that removed. And of course, I guess Klepto was nerfed as well. Another thing that Echo really liked to use in that mid lane. Nonetheless, it's taken off the table, I suppose, targeted towards Virgin Buster.
Yeah,
and now a little bit more classic bans. Taking Jarvan and Nidalee out from the jungle.
Yeah, I'm assuming at this point most of them are going to be target bans. You'll see Zoe banned 90% of the time, regardless if the enemy team plays it a lot. If you can play it a lot. But the Lulu's going to get banned, but that Nunu, I've been seeing it spammed everywhere. It's going to show up in the Penn State LCS, so no surprise there that an instant pickup here from JMD going with that Nunu.
The most recent champion to receive a hotfix like 2 days into the patch that buffed him.
It was not even 2 days. It was fast.
It was pretty. You're right. It was pretty fast. It didn't take long. You're absolutely right. But he's still up there in I think the highest win rate solo queue jungler at the moment. But that is the key though. Jungler, I want to stress, he is a high win rate jungler.
Yes.
Other people, they try to play him top, they try to play him mid. We've seen him, support. He does not win in those positions nearly as much as he plays jungle. So hopefully they understand that and they're putting him in the proper position.
And one thing here that's actually pretty scary is that after the picks here from Pokey with Alistar and Zac, they're living up 2 really good picks that are tied with the Nunu, which is that Kog'Maw and that Azir.
Yep.
We'll have to see if JMD is going to go just double down on this Nunu comp or not. You're bad, sorry. Going to Luck in the Morgana. Okay, just getting a safe support out of the way there. And I'm assuming that this is going to be some sort of hyper carry. You usually pick a Morgana or like when you want to try to protect one of your back lines. Same thing if you pick the Tom Kench. So we'll have to see if what Snowfake's going to pick, if they're going to just double down, get that hyper carry, or they're actually going to go for the Rise Hover.
That would be interesting, because you're right. Like, there is the double scaling now with Nunu and Azir, because Azir would benefit both from the attack speed that Nunu always gave, and now Nunu actually buffs ability power as well. So Azir would be really, really strong with that. This could still be a bit of a bait, where it's actually a Rise top. Potentially. But yeah, I am surprised that they left up Azir. I would have picked Azir by now in this situation. But it could be, you're right, they're setting up for a Kog'Maw. But now we're in the second stage of bans. That could be removed. So they're actually banning Azir despite the Rise pick, which means they may have sniffed out the Rise top.
Yeah, not too surprised. Even if you think that, that Rise is probably going to go mid, JMD's mid laner plays a lot of Rise, it's still just too scary to leave up. Just the possibility of that Azir coming through. And now, Aatrox being banned out, I feel like they're just throwing bans away at this point. They are really happy with what they're able to pick, and they want to leave a lot of things up. Especially with a top laner as well as a jungler already picked up. There's really no point of banning an Aatrox unless you're just looking to throw away bans.
Especially Billy D, who I believe is playing top this game. We do LCS order here, right?
I don't know. I actually am not sure.
I know they have 2. My point is they have 2 jungle mains on Pokey. So Billy D, who I believe will be playing top, is also a jungle main as well as green. So I don't believe he is secretly an Aatrox one trick on top of that. So you're right. I believe this is kind of a throwaway ban. The brand less so. That's always a support. Well, okay, with a support already locked in, yeah, I guess just a couple of throwaway bans, honestly. Very interesting to see that. And now Jace locked in was the last pick, and now Varus was picked up. Good, strong laning champion who nowadays scales more to the late game because they've moved more back to the crit after Jinsu's build. It was lethality, obviously, at the start of the season with Arcane Comet being so big. Speaking of Arcane Comet, Jin has not been played, like, at all recently. He is someone whose win rate has just plummeted, especially during the double Relic Shield meta. So maybe a little bit less sustain in that bot lane means he can find a place there again.
Ooh.
But they also locked in Sivir.
This is interesting to say the least. It might be a mid lane Jhin, I'm assuming at this point. But yeah, one thing I was about to say is as soon as I saw the Jhin pick, I was going to say is like they're not really utilizing the Nunu that well because Jhin is not someone that really takes a lot of advantage of that. But with his Sivir, actually, that's someone who can highly utilize the attack speed coming out from the Nunu. As we're seeing these shuffled around, this... Okay, how about to say, you saw the Sivir with teleport for a bit. It was pretty confusing, but...
Well, okay, no, Sivir with teleport is actually standard.
Is it with the Unsealed Spellbook?
Yes, Unsealed Spellbook. You don't start with teleport, admittedly, but...
Yeah.
Bot lanes taking Unsealed Spellbook is big right now, especially with Sivir, who is really good at shoving waves, so she can use that teleport to move around the map, shove waves harder, and get to that 500 CS Sivir meme just a little bit quicker, while putting lane pressure across the map. So he is currently on heal, but I am expecting him to take Unsealed Spellbook almost certainly, and switch to teleport at some point during this game. That said, I don't know exactly who's going where, because we do have Jhin, we do have Sivir. You're right, Jhin is probably the slightly better mid laner, I would think.
It's hard to tell, in all honesty.
He's got a little bit more poke, he's a bit more spell-oriented. His wave clear is actually a bit worse than Sivir's, I think. So, I don't really know what to say about this, to be honest. Rudy, I am lost for words. On the other hand, we do have Karma mid lane, Jace top. They actually have a bit of a poke composition here, but then also Zac thrown in there to engage, which is something this team would never really want to do. So that is an interesting composition having been created here.
Well, it could be at the point of where you poke them out when they're looking to try to disengage, try to back away. Zac is someone is extremely hard to disengage from, especially when you don't have something like a Janna on the other side. He's going to be able to find at least one backlane target because Morgana is not going to be able to black shield them all. So I do like the pickup because sometimes if you go full on with just the poke comp, then once you actually need to engage, you have nothing there. And when you have someone such as like the Varus, he doesn't take towers as fast as someone like Sivir or Tristana would. So you need some way to get kills as well as try to push down towers. So I feel like that is the route they're going with the Zac. And Zac is actually someone who can stay back and peel pretty well once they've changed his Q to have his little like slam together sort of ability there.
He's not the guy you take to peel.
No,
regardless.
There's a lot of better peels, but he's at
doesn't
least
add a lot to a poke composition. I am curious to see exactly how In Color builds. If they really do double down on that poke composition and have him build the lethality, maybe pick up a tier if he wants to get really crazy with it. Or if he just goes the more standard Varus build right now with the Gwynsus into Runans, into crit, or even more on hit stuff, depending on exactly what you want at that moment. Yeah, pretty much the only thing I can say definitively is that it's almost certainly a Morgana support for the other side. QXI will be taking Morgana, and they're definitely not an LCS order. I can also say that.
Yeah.
Adding to the confusion a little bit, we're still having to guess here as to where exactly people are going, but Exeter will be taking Nunu into the jungle. Probably, unless this is like 5 people who have taken an Unsealed Spellbook and can go anywhere.
We'll have to see. It's going to be really interesting. Now, one thing to keep in mind, this is going to be a best-of-2 series, so we'll have to see if JMD's just playing around with the first game, or if he's going and they're going to just take the second one seriously, or if this is just their strategy that they came up with. JMD is someone who they've always came up with unique strategies, but they've also gotten cocky a lot. So which one this is considered, we'll have to wait to find out.
Yeah, there's only one way to see.
Yeah.
It's seeming I do feel like we saw them get a little bit cocky there with the Nunu and then the Rise pick, where we saw Azir and then Kog'Maw banned, like, you know, letting that get through instead of delaying the Rise to the second set, I think would have resulted in a better synergy with Nunu, regardless of what exactly their plan was. But we will see Unsealed Spellbook on Sivir. So that will be Nidget. And Danny is God will be the other Unsealed Spellbook user on that Alistar. Do not be surprised to see Alistar teleporting to turn plays in top lane or mid at some point.
Yeah, I remember watching the Cloud9 game yesterday and seeing like how just insane it was. You'll see a teleport come in, and I forget who they had as a top lane. It was probably like a Gangplank or someone, so they were expecting someone with very low CC, just someone who's coming in to do damage, and all of a sudden it's an Alistar. It's something that you don't expect, especially when he could come in, pop his ult, and then just knock up your entire team if you were surrounding the TP, trying to give him, like, just jump on him. And we'll to see if it's going to be the same thing here.
It's the bot laner's way of getting a little bit of revenge on top lane for, you know, the past couple seasons of top always TP's bot. Well, now we come to you. Look out. Speaking of that, we got a little bit of a 5-man stack here, potentially looking for an invade to get some vision. I don't know if Xer knows this is up and that's why he's dancing in their face, or this is just what he does. He just likes to dance.
Yeah, I sadly got in just as you were saying the 5-man stack, so I didn't get to see their approach at all if
well, Xer
he
knows
actually
now.
saw them or not. So this might have been like a very unique strategy from Xer. Just go to a spot and start chatting and start spamming the laugh, because then
like you saw them.
Yeah, because then worst
completely
case scenario,
bluff it out. I like that.
Yeah, I like the bluff idea. Worst case scenario, you just annoy your teammates. Best case scenario, you see what just happens. You stop and invade just by laughing in their face.
Yeah, absolutely. And now both ADs hanging around red buff, so we still don't know exactly who's going where. We'll have to see in a moment. If I had to guess, I'm saying Ninja's going mid, and that's exactly what's going to happen. It will be Sivir mid lane. Going for a decent poke heavy. Oh no! Oh no!
Was it Dark Soil, or was that just an
that
auto
was an
attack
auto attack?
That's
QXI just stole red with an auto attack. Good news is it's Nunu who can get over this sort of deal, and it does mean QXI in a melee matchup can actually abuse this, as we're seeing.
Yeah, look at that damage already going on to
that's not ideal,
Danny's God. Yeah, definitely not ideal, but it's something that's not game losing. We'll have to see of how well QXI is going to be able to use this red buff in the advantage for JMD here. But yeah, that's something that you would rather have on your jungler 90% of the time.
Yeah, the Zac Nunu matchup is probably like the best case scenario for this situation. Look, he's even invading after losing red. He wants our red buff.
Yeah, he can't win this trade, though, because he doesn't have a red buff on his side, and Virgin Buster's here, so Xer is going to have to run away. I don't know if he has Smite for heal available, but he's not going to get there. The rest of his team is in the area, so we're going to see some interesting skirmishes happen here, as we have a 2v2 in the bot lane, a 3v3 in the topside jungle, and I don't think Xer is going to stop. He's still hovering around here.
I don't know if he should either. He's actually even with green on CS because of that matchup. He's got the Smite still. He is Nunu, so he can heal up much better than Zac can. But it actually looks like, as I say, that green has taken away the red buff, making this invade for naught.
Yeah, bot side, nice combo there, but in color is taking quite a bit of damage. This might be enough. The Ignite's going to go down, and first blood going to go over to Your Bad Sorry on the side of JMD. That is really big, and that red buff in the bot side paying off dividends.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely accidental. I think I don't think that was a strategy they pulled out, judging by the question mark pings that went out in the area. But yeah, they're making it work. Definitely coming in there with level 2 on a Morgana on the range champion into an Alistar matchup means you can just auto and auto and auto. And In Color is the one who suffered for it. So they are making it work. And yeah, X are not doing too bad either. He's actually slightly ahead in farm over Green at this point. Oh.
The Black Shield is going to help him out as Danny's God takes quite a bit of harass from the minions here. And we'll have to see what's going to happen because you're bad. Sorry, actually here. The flash forward.
Ooh, yeah, not
really overestimated how much damage he had, especially the fact that he has boots too, and no.
Yeah, that might just be it. Like I've definitely done that before, like on Lulu or something, and like when I didn't go Thunderlords and I went Wind Speakers instead back in season 7, I'm like, yeah, I got this, and then you don't have it.
Yeah.
You know, going Boots instead of Doran's Blade means he just missing a little bit of damage. Now Xer and Green meeting up again.
Yeah, I think Xer really wants this. He's just taking it right in his face, but actually Green was the one to smite it away. As a new player, you don't want to see your consume not take it, and it's not looking too good for Xer. One Q from In Color should be able to secure this, but it's actually going to be the Hail of Arrows picking that one up. Now Nidget gets locked down in the mid lane. He has no backup, but he's still going strong on a Virgin Buster here. And I don't know if this is going to end out bad or not, because here comes Green. The shield's going to come in, but is it going to be enough? The flash is forced out there. So now JMD, they're a little overconfident at this point. It's going to cost them with a couple of summoner spells and 1 kill going over the side to Poke Squad.
Yeah, Xer trying to keep up that pressure on Green, but the thing is when you commit to an invade like that, and you don't get the health back on your eat because he smites it away, you are in so much trouble because you're going to be so low health. And then I don't believe his bot lane was even in the area. I think they had actually completely recalled, gone back to base to spend. So it was not the right time for that invade. And on top of that, it cost Nidget his flash as he did a good spell shield to stop Green's elastic slingshot. But then Virgin Buster was able to just walk up there and press W. And you got to avoid that by getting the heck out of there. And they're going back again.
Yeah, Green's coming back in. Does he have the minions to hit him? He does. A lot of damage going down. Will he be able to lock him? It will. Will Ignite be enough? That's going to be as Virgin Buster's able to take it with the auto attack. And now Poke Squad going up 2-1 now in the kill department.
Yeah, that's perfect. So much, especially, you know, it's not the super high levels of play. You see someone burn a flash and then just never gets revisited, especially when they just so happen to have Summoner Spellbook, or Unsealed Spellbook, so it's coming out that little bit quicker. Green offering no time at all for Nidget to get that CDR, and they're going back.
Yeah, now going down to the bot side. Can they look down? You're bad. Not quite as Green takes a lot of damage, but he's just going to get the cell division in his favor. As In Color is going to get himself a second kill. Now QXI might be the next one as Xer does show up. Can they get a couple kills? The spell, or the stopwatch coming in, helping out In Color, pick up the kill, but he's probably going to go down. The minions doing quite a bit of damage as Xer gets the shutdown onto him, but that's 3 kills onto the AD carry of Poke Squad.
Yeah, Zach really back into the meta exclusively because of the way his gank paths are like no other. You know, he's got a mini Nocturne ult on a 20-second cooldown. He can come from just about anywhere. If you don't ward deep into his jungle and find him walking to the lanes, you're never going to see him until he's right on top of you. And another good gank there by Green, almost turned by Xer there, but they still get 2 kills to 1 in the end, as it was In Color who went down there, I believe, as well. So 1 kill back onto the AD carry, but 2 going the other way, and they are not actually in a gold lead right now due to that massive CS discrepancy that still exists in the bot lane, but they're getting some of it back. Yeah,
as you just see the side from JMD, just able to walk up and really do whatever he wants onto In Color, and QXI dealing quite a bit of damage just with that Tormented Soil. So you're going to see the CS lead relatively stay the same or inflate as we go on. It's just too much of a devastating lane. I remember when a lot of people were still theory crafting Jhin, who's a good support to go with him. Sneaky, who is like the king of Jhin at the time, always said that Morgana is the best support. Having that instant W to put down and deal that damage, to have the lockdown with Deadly Flourish is just matched by no other support. Besides Brand, I guess, but Brand has been banned, so
Yes, Brand was banned. You're right. The synergy between Morgana and Jhin are almost innumerable. You know, Jhin has no mobility in his kit. We got a little bit of trading. But he's someone who's definitely helped by the existence of that black shield, adding a little bit of safety. And you're right, the W from Morgana into Jhin W into then Morgana Q combo is just so much CC that's pretty easy to land. They're starting actually throwing out the Qs first. You can guarantee it a little bit better, as you said, throwing out the W first just to get some damage down and turn on Jin's W passive. But yeah, I mean, it's so disgusting, especially when you start with a red buff at level 1. And now Nidget, he's got to fight green under tower.
Yeah, he's able to bring him down, but he actually doesn't take any turret shots because he brought minions alongside of him. But Virgin Buster is on the way. Not sure if he uses shield just yet, but the flash Q, I think he Q'd a little bit too early, though. He does get the flash out of Nidget there.
Yeah.
But I feel like that combo was used just in the wrong order.
Yeah, there are very few skill shots that actually leave the character and become a projectile that you can like Q flash. You got to flash first. We're gonna see the ult come out here. Why'd you stand still, man?
Yeah,
you got Alistar.
Wow! QXI he curves the bullet just like in one to be able to get the kill onto In Color there, and that was just very interesting there as Danny's guy was taking up the majority of it, but the patience coming out from the Morgan combo to snipe that kill away. I feel like they could have did that a little better. Like all they really had to do was walk.
They could have backed off too. Yeah, exactly. Walk away. Danny is God in front of In Color. But they're coming back in.
Yeah, the flash knockup, but there is the black shield. But actually, Billy D coming here as well. We haven't seen him all game, and here he comes to do some damage. The heal coming through, and the damage on a Billy D is immense. One auto from Your Bad Sorry is going to do it as Danny is going to drop down the double teleport, working against Poke Squad at this case. And now we're going to see roughly a 2k gold lead in the favor of JMD as they're trying to get their first tower.
Yeah, I have to say, taking a 2v2 with your teleports, when there is still a teleport on the other team, Snowflake didn't even have to use it because they were confident they could turn it. Now Virgin Buster will just get rooted up. I don't know if Extra was going to go too deep there, trying to fight that. But yeah, that was just honestly a really tough play to take with Morgana having hit level 6, still having the stopwatch. And they are really, really strong. You're right, Billy D, he's farming well. He's got some items, but I don't believe he'd spent for a while, since he'd just been sitting top farming it up. So they just did not bring the resources. You're not supposed to teleport gank your own lane, I guess is really what I'm saying, Danny. Go somewhere else with the teleport. Go help Billy D get onto that Rise. He actually does not have a stopwatch on Rise, which is really interesting because the ultimate Zanya's combo is still in the game until next patch. So you should abuse that as much as possible until then.
Yeah, one thing that was kind of surprising too is that he didn't respect the black shield at all. They went in and did the entire combo onto the AD carry, but you have to expect, even if you get your flash knockup, you have to expect, at least for when you go for the headbutt, that the black shield's going on him. So if he would have kind of waited out the black shield and then headbutt at the other target, they could have easily gotten a kill onto either QXI or onto Your Bad Sorry.
Or you can headbutt in and use the black shield in your favor. Like if Morgana shields your headbutt, then they don't move, and they're actually just right on top of you, so you can still sit there, you can pop your E, and then wait for the black shield to expire, but Green's going back in.
Yeah, but he misses his knockup there, but he's able to bring QXI closer to the team, but does he actually want that Xer? There goes the absolute zero, doing a massive amount of damage. The lockdown here from In Color is not going to be enough, as Danny as God is going to drop, not able to go into Your Bad Sorry, as In Color now has to dance around, actually just gets out of the way, but he's still running away from Xer and QSI. The flash snowball didn't land yet, but the flash Q from QXI will, and he gets himself a second kill now on this Morgana, as you see Virgin Buster under tower on a Nidget right now, but does he have enough damage? He does have enough minions in order to go for it, so Nidget able to survive with that stopwatch, and that means first tower going to go over to the side of JMD.
Yeah, this is the team right now that I really don't feel understands the concept of pressure really and advantages. This is they've tried to gank and gank and gank this lane. Poke Squad just trying to put so much pressure bot lane, but they don't have an advantage there. Right now, Virgin Buster is the one who was looking strong. Nidget, he'd burned his summoners a few times. That's a lane that you can maybe focus. You could even go top maybe with Billy D and break up an even matchup. But bot is done. Forget about it. Scuttle it. Let it go. This is a waste of time by Danny is God, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But he's gonna do it anyways, and it's a little bit painful to watch. Honestly, they go back and back and back to this bot lane, and every time it doesn't work. You have to look at what lanes are in a good spot and build those up. And then if you're going to go to bot lane, you got to bring those strong lanes with you. Right? You're sending the jungle, you're sending the support, you're sending the AD, people who at this point are all behind. You don't win in that situation.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, though, looks like that the Poke Squad might be able to get a Drake out of this. Yes, it's only Cloud Drake, but they're not losing anything for it. Rift Herald hasn't been started or even cleared up, so they don't even have the vision for it. So, very good job here at a Poke Squad getting something here.
Yep.
And
that was, I think, good recognition of the fact that the lane swap was coming up. We now see Your Bad is in that top lane. They had just pushed really deep onto the second tier turret on the bot side, so immediately rushing that Cloud Drake. A good play, though ultimately it's a Cloud Drake, so whatever. Cloud Drakes when behind are almost completely worthless.
Yeah, that's true. They're pretty good when you're ahead, just because you're able to close in on these gank opportunities. But we're gonna see a ult here coming out from the Jhin as a snipe does land on a Billy D, but the damage is not there just yet. Here comes Xer. Can the Absolute Zero get the kill? He will be able to pick up something, but QXI is going to drop as well. There it is. It was very close, but Danny as God gets in there. He's very tanky. Xer now under tower, but he's just going to consume and walk himself out of there. And we'll have to see, is this Nunu able to get away? He does smite the minion, but he doesn't get any health back onto it. While that happens, the Jhin is going to drop from Virgin Buster as Xer just running around as much as he can, trying to be a nuisance. He's going to get the consume off again, but all of this is just wasting time. Virgin Buster is going to be able to pick up the kill, so this is something where he probably should have just died sooner. He actually gave the kill over to a mid laner.
Yeah, that's true, but he was so engaged in the classic Nunu play of running around in circles. That TV actually does complete, but I don't know if Billy D can really take this fight.
He might be able to jump on him. I don't know if the Black Shield was used just yet, and Danny's God is here too. He actually times it so that the headbutt was able to clear off this shield. Great job by Danny as God there to pick up the kill, and that might mean Rift Herald on the side of Pokey. And that really shows that even though that they've been behind most of this game, they've been getting objectives.
Yeah, absolutely. Now they will get a Rift Herald, which will allow them to hopefully get a turret down the line. They do have a bit of a poke comp, as we said, with the Karma, with the Jace, and to a lesser extent, the Varus. They're trying to contest, though, and this is not going well.
No, this is not going well for JMD, as QXI is going to get deleted there, as the Rift Herald does get completed there onto this side of the Poke Squad, and they are choosing to disengage here. Even though this is 4v3, they don't have the health bars to back up that numbers advantage that they have. They're just going to poke and back off, but you even see Billy D not doing anything to Snowfake and Xer there. The flash forward at the Rune Prison, but they are going to find Xer there, and the damage isn't going to be enough. There it is. Xer does drop. So Poke Squad, while running away, is able to get themselves a kill as well. And this is a lot of pressure now just being rotated over to Poke Squad as this goal lead closing in, and they had that Rift Herald. If used correctly, it could equalize the game.
Yeah, absolutely. They're 2,000 down. I wouldn't expect them to necessarily get 2 towers with it, and they are very close to losing a tower top lane. But you're right. It's another tool to get them that little bit closer. If Jade... Are you seeing the Sivir shuffle?
I am not, no.
Okay. Thought she was walking really strange for me on my screen. Doesn't matter. If we see Josh Miller Day keep extending that a little bit too far, like they are a little bit prone to do.
Really,
the cockiness,
really
first confidence, as you said. We'll see. We'll see. There are ways to get back in this game, and they're going to keep fighting, though.
Yeah, here comes Green. Can he get the lockdown? He can. He finds out onto Snowfake, who's going to get deleted there, as Billy D is now on a killing spree, and they're going to continue the charge now as QXI is going to drop as well. But while this is happening, this is a Nunu and a Sivir pushing down the mid lane. That is surely going to be at least a tier 2 turret, and they might not stop, but they might have to, as the rest of JMD is now coming on their way. And it's hard to run away from a Zac. I don't know if they're going to be able to, but they actually were able to outpace him as they got out into just the nick of time. And they might be able to protect bot as well. So kills going to the top side in favor of Poke Squad, but that does mean that a tower goes in favor of JMD.
Yeah, absolutely, and it looks like you're right. Ninja will be able to clean up a pretty juicy wave there on the bot. Now we have to set up the push in this mid lane. They want this turret. I don't see this being contested right now. They are out of position, and with the Rift Herald damage coming through, this will go down real quick.
QXI is going to try to help defend it, but that is going to be a tower onto the favor of the Poke Squad. That's actually going to be only their second tower of the game, but they do find Xer. What a great ultimate coming in here from InColor, but a flash away is going to be able to get the disengage, so an ultimate for a flash going to be pretty good for them, and they are actually just going to make their way because they have to go to Sivir, who's just pushing the bots lane.
Nidget is all alone right now, and they are collapsing in, but actually more people are going mids. They really... I don't know if they'll be able to get him. Sorry, never mind. They got him.
Oh, actually, he might get away. He flashes the rest of his team. He picks up a kill on a Virgin Buster who's all by himself, but the ultimate coming in from Green, they're able to do quite a bit. Nidget does fall in the long run, so this is a 4v3 now as they're going to continue the Snowflake trying to get away, but does he have the zone? It doesn't even matter. He still gets out, but Green is going to follow, but can he find the one more auto? That's all he needs. Doesn't get it, but Billy D and his bot lane is going to come in to pick up that kill. Xer is able to consume the Zac blobs, and he does pick up the kill with the smite as well. That's a little OP if you think about it. But Xer is going to do that with his life, and that's an ace going in favor of Poke Squad.
Yeah, Xer ultimately sacrificing himself to get that kill. It's an 5 for 2 as they try to collapse to help out Nidget, which is where this split pushing strategy kind of falls apart. You know, you build this split pushing team with the Sivir with TP, with the Rise, and then, you know, you try to collapse to fight a 5v5 after Nidget has lost 90% of his health. Almost getting the steal there with the redemption.
Almost a kill
almost
as well.
getting Billy D.
What's that shield that he had that kept him alive there?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I did not notice the shield,
enough.
to be honest.
I just saw this very small shield, unless it was just some sort of grafted bud that was on the side of Billy D there, but I don't know what it would have been from.
You never know with the League Spectate client. Once upon a time, we had keystones. Now we no longer, but we do have a 20-minute Baron attempt here with the Nunu, and this is going down fast.
Yeah, but Green is going to jump in. Can he lock him down enough? But the smite is off, and that's going to mean Green is going to be able to pick up that Baron. Xer misses the consumed smite combo. They are going to be able to kill Zac, but that means they don't get Baron. The curtain call is going to come in from Jin to try to slow them down, and Snowflake tries to come in. Actually, the ultimate came in from the Rise, almost worked in their favor, but they were only able to trade 1-for-1 there. But Green with the steal, keeping Poke Squad alive in this. And we'll have to see if JMD is able to get something as they have this 4 against 3 advantage.
Yeah, ultimately sending in... They don't have that many people to really send into the middle of the team with that Rise ultimate. Nunu, I mean, reasonably tanky, but then who else do they send in there? Morgana doesn't have a Zhonya's yet. Rise doesn't have a Zhonya's. What are with these people and not having Zhonya's?
Or Stopwatch, for that matter.
Yeah, it's confusing, man. Oh, they're going in.
Yeah, the flash forward by Billy D, not able to do enough damage to your bad start, but Ninja is going to be extremely low. The Q from InColor might be able to poke him off, but he's more worried about pushing up these minions. They want to use this Baron buff to get some more gold in their pockets. They want to equalize it because they're only 1,000 gold behind at this point, but the minion is not going to survive. But neither is the tower, as this Demolish is actually going to do quite a bit of work, but is it going to cost them too much health in order to take it? They are able to get it. They are able to equalize the gold, but is it going to work in their favor? We'll have to see. Nothing else is on the map except a big minion wave in top and bottom.
Absolutely, and now we are just about dead even in this game. After Josh Miller Day building a pretty solid lead against Poke Squad, it's been given up, as you can see, largely in that kill department, where just so many overextensions and, you know, deep dives that are just not working out for the blue squad right now. Are you not seeing the Sivir walk really strangely?
I didn't think about it. It looks like her footsteps are just very quick.
Yeah,
Like
she doesn't do the
doing
full.
some
She
sort
just
of weird shuffle. You're right.
she always walks right foot forward. There's never a left foot forward.
Oh my god, yeah,
Like-
you were right. What is this?
I don't know what's going on. It's even when she's running.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Anyways, now slight lead now picked up for PokeSquad. They still have Baron buff, but they're the ones being pushed back right now. Not willing to push forward, possibly looking to spend some gold on green. He will finish that Randuin's Omen. Did get good value of that with a couple of critting champions on the other team.
But yeah, so this game now being fairly equal after JMD did have some pretty good sizable leads. I believe around 2,000 and 3,000 was in their favor, if not more. And this sometimes shows what JMD's worst enemy is. It's sometimes themselves. They try these crazy plays that just don't work out and end up hurting them, and it's showing how it could cost them.
Yeah, I think mostly it's the universe speaking to them and say, if you're not going to do LCS order, you're not going to win. Yes. Just because it's unfair to us, really, as casters.
Exactly.
We never know what's going on, and that's just not fair. But yeah, we got a two-man push in the mid lane. That's a Rise and a Nunu, though. You kind of need one of your ADs to really do that, but the ADs are wave clearing right now, so the split up is really interesting here, but they're looking for something. Yeah, PokeSquad will not find it just yet, but they should be able to back them up far enough to get this tower.
But teleport topside, In Color's trying to defend this all by himself. He is going to have Danny as God here. Nice ultimate there from the Corruption Arrow by In Color, and that means that that's going to be Xer taking quite a bit of damage. 1 Q from In Color. Can he fight it? He actually flashes forward, and that's actually going to be the rain of arrows there, picking up the kill there. And we'll have to see what the rest of the team does because they're still just pushing bot. JMD is still dictating this game.
I don't get that. You're telling me you can't wave clear against a Rise and Nunu and just get the tower top? And now they're going to fight here.
But that's going to be a great ultimate actually coming in from the Zac as he brings them in a bad position. But that's going to be Jin with that ultimate sniping the Jace there as he's going to drop. So that's a 2 for 0. Or was it a 2 for 1? It was a 2 for 1 in the bot lane there. And now JMD equalizes with 3 on the map on each side, and now Virgin Buster gets locked down. Your Bad Sorry does take quite a bit of damage, but here comes Danny's God. Doesn't get his combo off, so he's going to be all by himself. Just pushes Nidget away, but it's going to be able to flash forward. Doesn't find the kill with the boomerang toss, and Nidget now looking really rough as he has to dodge everything there, and that's going to be In Color getting another kill for himself. That's 9 in his pocket at this point, and just a little too greedy there by Nidget.
Yeah, a honestly pretty massive macro misplay by PokeSquad, saved a little bit by Nidget just going deep there. Once again, now the Ghost Flash just to go extra deep in that play. But, you know, instead of just taking the free tower bot side, they put 3 people top to try to contest that and then start a fight bot at the same time, giving up 2 people there. It's, you know, they end up not getting any objectives for it. They are now on top of the Mountain Drake, so they should be able to secure this, but they could have had a free tower, and no one had to die for it.
Ooh, In Color gets that one as Your Bad Sorry. Again, almost with this snipe. We're seeing constantly that these objectives are barely going over to PokeSquad, but they've been able to at least secure all of them so far. As we see it, 14 to 21 in the kill department and 48,000 apiece in the golds. So this is now just an even game as they're going to jump onto Your Bad Sorry. Green, though, is all by himself, and he misses the elastic slingshot.
Yeah, and another fight they shouldn't take.
Yeah, Danny's God is all by himself. He's now forced to run away. As the curtain call comes up, Danny's God is able to dodge the first one, and he doesn't keep going with that. He's actually going to hold off on it.
I think Billy D threatened him from the flank, so we decided to play it safe. We do see he's missing about 33% of his health. But yeah, that could have gone a lot worse for them as more members of Josh Miller Day were there than a PokeSquad, despite the fact PokeSquad's the one starting out that fight. But it's the jungle and support always initiating with no actual damage around, which is not a typically successful combination.
So yeah, it definitely seems like the team that engages is the one that's actually getting the worst off. But as we see, Billy D gets caught on the top side. He just gets dropped. Perfect timing as Baron spawns as well. Green is trying to push out Xer so they can't get an easy Baron there. but he can only do that for so long. Billy D is now dead for 40 seconds, and this means that JMD has everything on the map, and it looks like Danny as God is in their sight at this point, but he is so tanky on this Alistar. Can he run away with that ultimate being used? He's actually going to go back and engage, knock him on both of the AD carries, but will it be enough? His ultimate is gone, so he's going to drop. Your Bad Sorry is now on a killing spree, so that leaves only 3 up alive for PokeSquad, and this spells Baron now for JMD.
Yeah, they have to be careful. They secure this one, though. You don't want to give over another Baron in a game this close, and we know Green can steal it. He's done it before. They're putting down multiple control wards. They want to keep this safe, but now they're going to get poked out.
Yeah, and Color actually goes on this, but this is a 5v3. I don't know how much they can actually defend this. Green is in the backside, but QXI extremely low. Can Virgin Buster live? He won't be able to pick up the kill just yet, as he's barely alive, but he does pick up the kill on a Snowfake there who drops. The Baron does go in favor of JMD, but their health bars are so low as Billy D is now in the backside. How's it going to look? Virgin Buster does drop it. Here comes in Color with the flank as Xer drops. Your Bad Sorry is the last one with that buff, and he's not going to keep it. Who are they going to give it to? Billy D is the one to pick it up, and that's going to be an ace on this side of PokeSquad.
Yeah, in that one, they got pushed in to the pit, and then they got poked so hard. I think it was Virgin Buster landing a Mantra Q on that Karma, getting multiple people and taking them so low that despite the fact they secured the Baron, it was basically a matter of time before that was cleaned up. And now they get the Baron gold, but they're not going to have any Baron buffs, and they're actually going to lose an inhibitor to go with it. This game is so back and forth from teams just always biting off more than they can chew.
This might cost them, though, as it took him way too
Like
long
now.
to take this. But Danny has got able to poke away Snowfake, but he does go in again to try to get more damage on a QXI who's extremely low, and that might mean a dead Alistar at this point. The poke's coming through, the ultimate's going to be popped, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Danny has got is going to try to turn it. Can he get the kill onto QXI? Just not enough. One more auto would have been it. As Nidget here, I believe he was going for a flank on the Sivir. That's going to cost him his life as Green is able to pick that one up. So a 1-for-1 trade here, but the inhibitor does drop. And now with Sivir gone, we'll have to see if JMD is able to get a counter inhibitor out of this.
So speaking of biting off more than you can chew, Danny's God and Billy D try to sacrifice their lives to pick up the inhibitor. Are you getting permanent Zanyas?
Yeah, we're getting permanent Zanyas from Snowfake.
It's about, at least he has a Zanyas now.
Yeah.
So there's a plus. But then we see the attempted flank TP from Nidget. You don't flank TP with an AD carry because people can just turn on you and murder you.
Yeah,
you don't have CC, you don't have tankiness.
I don't know if you saw that, but QXI was trying to help Your Bad Sorry pick up a red buff. And
did he take it again?
Yeah. Tormented Soil this time got it for him.
It's just QXI's curse. He just gets the red buffs. Right, some people would call it curse. He's not complaining. Look, man, it's about time us supports got something.
True.
All right?
True.
Everyone gets all the cool stuff. When do we get a buff?
Was the last season you guys got buffed pretty hard.
No, like an in-game buff. God.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You never get those.
You never get blue buffs. You never get red buffs. QXI is just standing up for supports everywhere.
I know, sometimes you're lucky if you have like
Yikes.
never mind. As we're gonna have a fight in here, as everything is just going to whiff there. That's going to be nothing from the Let's Bounce coming out from Xer. Or sorry, that was the absolute zero from Xer as he actually gets some damage. And here comes the curtain call. It's gonna be enough to pick up some kills, but Billy D here is able to pick up some damage here, and that's going to be a kill on a QXI, but that's so low on the health bars of Pokey, but it doesn't matter. They're able to clean up this fight perfectly, as all they lose is their support. And now it looks like Billy D wants to try to run down this mid lane. They want to try to go for the win, but they don't have the minion waves just yet. As I hear Snowfake just barely off screen, but he's just going to run away, and he has to try to defend this base all by himself. He has about 15 seconds till QXI is there. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it.
This game is so confusing. They fight without their Ardent Sensor Karma and still win the fight. Nonetheless, it's going to be all the way through as they take down the Nexus.
Yeah, that's going to be it. We're actually going to see the PokeSquad. They were on their heels this entire game, but they were able to turn it around and pick up the win against JMD. But this is a best of 2, so we'll have to see if JMD is going to be able to equalize it.
Is there such thing as a best of 2? Is it just like a 2-game series? Because
I guess that's true, yeah.
it can't be a best of 2, because if it's 1-1, then there's no best.
No, it's caster's choice, then we choose the winner. That's how it works, right?
Like a best of 7 means like there's a chance of 7 games, but if someone hits 4, they're not going to play. You always play both games in a best of 2, so it's not really a best of 2. All right. Just my thing. I know you're not the only one to call it that. I know people call it like best of 2s in LCS when we had them, but it was dumb then too. Okay.
All right. I had to make sure that I didn't show the password on stream.
Ooh, yeah, we don't want that.
I almost did. I think I did.
We don't want randoms. You got to send me the stuff though.
True. If I told you that it's extremely similar to the last one, will you be able to figure it out?
It depends. How did you misspell the number? Oh no. Okay. I got it. I think. Yeah. All right. We're good.
Okay. Good. That means I didn't have to send you anything, so that works for me.
Yeah. No. You know another thing that. Like when someone goes like 1-on-3 or something, or gets into a 2. Esports does it backwards, right? Everyone says like when a player goes 1 against 3, they call it a 3-on-1 when reference. It's the team you're referring to is the first number, right?
It should be, I believe. Yeah.
Like Ocelot does not go into a 2-on-1. It's a 1-on-2 because he's the one against the 2.
He's the subject.
But everyone in League of Legends does it backwards because esports are renegades or something. It drives me crazy. Stop it, please.
I don't know. I see it all the time where people like complain. It's like, oh, there's the Vayne going in a 1v5. Like, so I do see it. But yeah, you're right. A lot of things esports does is backwards. One thing that's great about this series, though, it looks like that the teams might be ready right away, and we'll have to see if the game starts immediately. As Virgin Buster's coming in and out, I think they're just fixing up their positions on there because some people want to be LCS order, some don't.
Yeah, one team doesn't care at all.
Yeah, I could already tell from
they should
JMD,
be kicked.
They're not even close.
Yeah, if JMD doesn't radically fix their order.
Hey, wait, now that I think I'm looking at it, is anybody in the right order?
No, this game, no.
Granted, now it even looks like that Poke Squad isn't in the right order there. In color,
yeah, no, they're like, if the other team's not going to do it, we're not going to do it. And we're the ones who suffer, Rudy.
Well, we're going to go back to the guessing game. As Scion does get banned away, we won't see Snowfake on the Scion. See, I remember we were kind of confused on that one, but now I remember Snowfake is the legendary Scion. Some players at Penn State are known for certain things. Snowfake is known for his Scion, so no surprise that that's getting banned away. Kog'Maw going to be banned in the first rotation this time around, so they're not even going to give them the option, especially with Nunu still on the table. I guess they weren't too afraid of it, but I feel like it was more of JMD not building around that Nunu.
Yeah, no, I absolutely. We talked about that in the first champ select. I think they wanted to trick people with that Rise pick, saying, "Oh, we're totally taking this Rise mid, and we're not going to look for an Azir or anything."
But why? You could just pick the Azir.
It's a good question. Azir doesn't exactly have a ton of counters other than like Xerath, and even then that's like okay. So yeah, it was a questionable thing. They are just actually going to ban Nunu though, so it's all moot. This time they're going to ban the Kog'Maw and the Nunu, take it out, and then Karma, Alistar, and Jace were deemed to be the problems, which is interesting to me because that's leaving Zac up, which I thought was really the big catalyst of that game with his gank pass when he chose the right lane to gank, which admittedly wasn't 100% of the time.
Well, after
it worked out very effectively.
They really were headstrong on like we are going to kill this bot lane. It just didn't really work in their favor. So JMD got a very early lead in the last game and kind of just squandered it away with some bad decisions and poor team fight choices. And I feel like that was just, like we said, sometimes JMD's worst enemy is themselves. If they're able to keep a level head, if they're able to play it right, they were always the best team at Penn State for like the longest time. Now we're starting to see teams that are able to come in and compete against them. And it's actually kind of surprising to see that a team that this long, like I believe this is like the 5th year that this team has been around. So there's no way that players from the first season are still on it. But I know Snowflake, I know Nidget, they've been around for the longest time. Exer has been around for so long. And I'm
pretty sure
as well.
Your Bad Sorry was on the team last year, just with a different name. Just looking at the name on the spreadsheet.
They do change names.
It's familiar. Yeah. No, I believe this player in particular changes his name like every 2 weeks, if I remember, to last season. He changed his name mid-season last season to something else, so I could be misremembering slightly, but I believe that is the case. But yeah, we got some champions to talk about. I like the Lee Sin being picked up here for JMD. Not a champion we get to see a lot of these days because Sejuani is just too good. But he's always a fun champion to watch. He can make big plays when you got it in the right hands. A little bit mechanically more challenging than Nunu, typically. So we'll see how Exer does on that. But yeah, they're going to get the Lover's Lane, though. That's what a match or a lane we don't get to see too often these days.
Yeah, and I was even just talking about earlier, like talking about JMD and talking about like how long they've been in the scene. They still have players like Legendary Kale, Maya, and who else do they have? I think it's just those two that are not playing right now.
I think that's the whole team. I think
that's the entire team right there. Like they've been around for so long. They've been a team that's been playing together for so long, representing Penn State themselves as the best team. And I believe a lot of them are on the Penn State official team. So,
is that true this year? I thought Penn State Esports was the team that.
Oh, is there? Let me see. Penn State.
It's like Dogbrain, Sayonara, Junray. That was the team.
Junray. Yeah, that is the team right now. So,
previously, I believe that's correct.
I know a lot of times in the past where this team just didn't want to be split up. They wanted to be able to play with their friends, and that's why you do see a lot of talented players spread out on these teams. You don't have just Penn State Esports having all the best players, which you would think is normal. But as we're saying, these bans are going through, and the entire team from Poke Squad in Game 1 is banned.
Yeah, JMD definitely having a little fun with this one because they banned Zach after Gnar and Jarvan had been picked. So, like, there's no way Jarvan could have been flexed to top or anything, and then they sneak a Zach jungle in. They just banned it because they wanted to ban the team from last game. Just to say, guys, you do something different. But yeah, Gnar, Jarvan picked in Braum. Honestly, they're getting like the super strong power picks right now. Looking at what's the top of the meta right now, Braum is definitely up there with the likes of Tom Kent and Alistar in the support role. Gnar is a little bit less big in NA than it is in Korea, but in Korea it's like 87% pick ban rate. Jarvan will seemingly always be strong until Riot nerfs him into the ground. And then, of course, Ezreal has been super good, particularly with the Klepto. Now, this is nerfed Klepto Ezreal on 8.2. I'm curious to see exactly how well he performs with that Keystone now, if he even goes that. I'm assuming he will still go Klepto.
So, how did Klepto get nerfed, by the way?
You get just less stuff, less items.
Oh, they just took items away.
I think like everyone just gets less items, and then ranged champions also get extra less items.
Oh, okay. So is that as in they took away the item pool, or they just took away the percentage and lowered it?
Yeah, and like how frequently you get items. You still get the same items at roughly the same points, but just less frequently. And also, actually, Ezreal lost damage specifically on his Mystic Shot this patch as well. In the early, it still scales up to the same damage at rank 5, but up until then, it does less damage until rank 5. So the early game definitely a hit for Ezreal, but the rest of these champions still pretty strong. I don't believe have been touched. Orianna is probably the only one on their team that isn't like top of the meta, but again, she's just one of those kind of omnipresent champions that if you're capable with her, she will be fine, just like Lee Sin in the jungle. And one thing to note is now it's a completely different team because Xer's on AD and Snowfake's going in the jungle.
Huh.
And Nidget is support and QXI.
Wait, is everybody playing a different position?
Everyone's playing a different position. So, JMD, super tryhard team, as we were saying. They want to win this desperately. And we'll see. No, okay. They're doing their own thing.
Yeah. And that's what JMD always makes it exciting. No matter how long they've been in.
This is why they
LCS,
can't do LCS order.
It's because
they don't know what champion they don't know what
be,
position they're playing.
They might be in LCS order, all we know, and they just say, no, we're gonna do a couple lane swaps. We're gonna pull an SKT. A Wolf is gonna go in the jungle. It's actually just gonna be everybody's just gonna play something different. But yeah, so it's actually gonna be Xer on this Xayah and Snowfake in the jungle. So yeah, Snowfake is mainly their top laner. He's been top laner.
Yeah, I guess that's true. You were
now.
mentioning he is the top laner typically, and last game I believe he played mid. Or no, was he Rise last game? But yeah, he was Rise.
Yeah, he was.
So he was top. But they're just throwing it out the window. They want to do their own thing.
It didn't work last time, so let's go for it. Yeah, it's true. JMD is not a team that you can come in prepared for. You can say, "Oh, I got all their main champs. I got their positions. It's gonna be good." They're just playing whatever they want. Okay. All I know is they could have just hit random and went with it.
True. So how can you target ban a team where you don't know who's playing what position? It's brilliant.
How can you outsmart us in Champ Select if we don't even know what we're doing in Champ Select?
Exactly. Now, of course, they have to be able to play these positions that they're switching to. And that is the test going into the game. Especially, Snowfake going on from that mechanically intense Scion to Lee Sin. That's not... It's not a run-of-the-mill change, man. But, I mean, QXI, he can play anyone can play Maokai, so he's probably safe in the top lane, that's for sure. Now, though, admittedly, Gnar is not a fun matchup for anyone, so we'll see. I can't even analyze this anymore. Like,
no, there's nothing you
can do.
They've
just, take the playbook and just, rip it to pieces. Then they're like, ooh, you can't analyze our strategy because we don't have a strategy, man.
I wouldn't be surprised if they actually, got a new coach for this season, and it's just the random number generator from random.org, and that is their coach.
Random.org.
Where they just
for
say...
all your random number needs.
They put in, their names, and they see what random order they get, and that's the order
I remember...
that's what they do.
My first run in Victorious Gaming, before you took over, me and my main co-caster Kargan would always reference random.org. I can't even remember what we would reference them for, but we would use it to pick something. I think we would use it to pick the match we would watch for Victorious Gaming.
That makes sense, yeah.
Because we had a giant bracket back then.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then we be yeah, we can go to random.org for all your random needs. It's we're not sponsored by random.org, but we're trying to be.
Yeah, before Riot
killed Victorious Gaming.
Well,
and
they crippled Victorious Gaming, and then Victorious Gaming kind of
it just took a while for them to bleed out.
Yeah, they tried
Riot
new
is still
stuff.
responsible.
Yeah, they tried new stuff. Didn't work out too well, sadly. They tried other games, which I feel like that is when they kind of admitted defeat, when they realized oh well, we're going to go away from League, because they still had decent turnouts for the League tournaments. Obviously nothing near to what they used to have, but they still had decent turnouts. But regardless, this is the Penn State LCS. This is not Victorious Gaming.
Off topic.
That's what we do.
I won't fight you on that one.
All right, so I'm at least able to get a good idea of where these people are, since the bot lane is in LCS order. Unless this is an ADC Twisted Fate and a mid lane
it's not impossible.
Xayah.
But I would not expect it. We are going to get another 5-man stack going the other way this time. But they are going to be spotted out by a ward all the same. So no early game action, really. 2 games in a row. You like to see those 5v5 just smash into each other. Level 1. Get some blood going to start. But it is not to be.
Those are actually always the most exciting like moments. It's just way too risky.
Oh, absolutely. No one does it anymore because you never know what's going to happen. And that's what made it fun, and also why teams hate it.
Yeah.
Because you can't prepare for it. You never know exactly where the other team is going to be. You can't just like agree contractually with the other team to say, we're just going to meet 5v5 mid at level 1 and just duke it out and then go to lanes.
If any team would do that, JMD would, though. They would contact the team ahead of time and just be like, hey, by the way, ARAM, let's go. And they probably would.
Hey, no, that gets you kicked out of tournaments. You can't ARAM.
I'll have to check the PSU LCS
no Dignitas
rules.
curse.
I don't know if there's any rules on that.
There's always rules.
One of the biggest things, though, is that they were sharing the prize pool. I think that was the biggest problem.
I don't think they like the ARAM either.
No, it was
the
not
agreed upon ARAM.
Yeah. Like, that's something where you look at it, it's like, okay, I can see them getting angry at, but it's like, was it in the rule book that you couldn't do that? Who knows? But then
Probably.
Maybe.
I don't know.
It was what, season 1?
That was season 2.
Yeah, I don't even know if anybody really knew what they were doing just yet.
They'd already had a world championship, man. There's no excuses.
True. But I don't think was this a Riot Run tournament? I thought it was ESL.
This was I thought it was MLG actually, but
maybe it was MLG back when MLG was
either
still
ESL or MLG.
relevant.
Yeah. One of those names that just no longer exist in League of Legends.
Unfortunately. But yeah, so far not too much going on in this game, except one thing I just realized, a call top lane Gnar. I don't think that's standard, but...
Yeah, it's not out of the norm, especially when you get something like a Maokai where you know he's not going to pressure you and you can pretty much free farm the lane and harass him safely. You're right, it's not like the most picked item, but into someone like a Maokai,
makes sense.
It is not out of the question.
I do like that, but you do see Billy D taking quite a bit of harass as Snowfake's going up here. He flashes early. Can't Snowfake land it? The flash Q was point blank. Snowfake able to get the first blood there as he's showing his prowess on this Lee Sin. And that's going to hurt the Gnar, especially since he did start that call early.
Yeah, he flashed early, which is the killer against someone like Lee Sin with that skill shot. You can't just throw it out there willy-nilly. You have to wait for that Q to come out, or at least for him to, ward hop to you and start trying to apply that red buff. Got to flash at the right moment. I believe QXI had already used everything, the W. So, yeah, just got to be smarter with the cooldown uses there. To burn it and still die is super rough. That said, it's still Gnar Maokai. It's still not a super great matchup for QXI. But if Snowfake can keep revisiting that, they can make it a little bit nicer.
And it's a summerless Gnar in the top side. And now Maokai's having some decent armor go his way. So this is going to help that out. As In Color gets caught up by the knockup again. The cube or the E back where it's just a little bit late as he still gets that knockup. Gets away, but still got knocked up there. As he is under half health with 2 of those sacks of gold that he's not cashing in.
I never really understand why you just sit with that in your inventory. Why wouldn't you immediately pop it to try to hide your gold spikes a little bit more, so people can't count how much gold. That's what I would do with those items. With the mana pots and stuff, you can hold on to those for the optimal time. But gold stacks, you should just boom pop as soon as you get it.
My best guess, he's just holding it on just in case he backs and he realizes, okay, if I sell these, I definitely get my item and doesn't take the gamble. Even though I do believe that the gamble is weighted in your favor. But that's my best guess, is that he's just trying to get the most optimal use and try to limit RNG as much as possible.
I didn't even realize that. I didn't realize a random amount of gold that can be sold. Okay, yeah, I still don't think so. I think you just pop it.
Yeah, same. But they are going to jump in onto this and get the stun onto Nidget there. But a nice bind coming in from Xer. They're going to go on to In Color as he does get that press the attack on him. Is it going to be enough? 2 more autos. The heal does come through. He doesn't have to heal himself as Nidget goes forward with the Flash Ignite. But Danny is God. The Flash forward is able to get the last auto needed as In Color just barely dodges from that Blade Collar as he's able to stay alive. As Danny's God is now going to equalize this 1 kill apiece in this game. But it does go on to support, and that is a nice sidestep from Your Bad Sorry as he's able to get away.
Yeah, Braum is just so hard to go aggressive on. You know, you try to ignore him, you try to dive the AD, and he just stacks up that stun and stacks it up. And they're going for a dive.
They're going for the dive, but Xer is going to, or that was actually in color, was the one who took the turret shot, and he was forced out immediately. But Xer is not going to live for much longer as Green is going to come in. Can he get turret shot? But he's going to try to use his stopwatch to delay. But in color, is still able to pick it. But he did delay long enough for Snowfake to come in to get the snipe and get the kill. As now Nidget's there as well. So I thought the stopwatch was very interestingly used. But he was able to wait long enough for his teammate to get in to potentially get more. But Green is able to get away there with a nice dodge from his combo.
Yeah, this is the second time where I've seen Green use the combo when I don't think he needs to. I think, you know, for Jarvan, using that combo is one of the things that you should, you know, generally err towards not doing until you need to do it. You know, walk up and just auto use that slow from your W. In that situation with Xer under tower, you could have just walked up and autoed. And then, you know, then when he uses the stopwatch, you can time the combo to get out of the tower aggro and kill him at the same time. It's interesting. I don't and in the mid lane gank against You're Bad, he tried to do that max range combo when I still feel like he could have just walked up behind him and applied the red buff. So I don't know if he's 100% comfortable on this champion, or, you know, it's just one of those things that happened. But now, that's Danny is God getting caught out.
Yeah, I don't know if the knockup was already used. Nope, there it comes in as In Color is going to try to get Danny as God out. But Your Bad Sorry's going to come in, gets a stun on it In Color, and his E is already gone. Xer is here as well, so that's a lot of assists going through as Xer. Can he get the last couple of the damage? It'll go over to Snowfake instead. He's now on a killing spree, as that's 2 more kills now going in favor of JMD. And now Billy D trying to put QSI out of lane. He doesn't have the mana to stay in for too much longer. So this is looking really good, though, for JMD, as this bot lane tower is getting chunked down. And with no one from Poke Squad in range, I think this is going to be the first tower going down.
Yeah, absolutely. There is no way to respond to this right now. Green's just at red buff. Taking that, this is, you know, not anywhere to respond. They will lose first tower. A good play by JMD, recovering from some early gaps in the bottom lane. And Billy just having a chuckle at QXI.
I was trying to bait him in. He realizes he has no mana and just wants to see that that W forward and to force a bit of an overextension there, but I don't think QXI is going to fall for that one. I'd be very surprised if he does. So JMD, just like last game, getting out to an early lead. We'll have to see if they're able to hold on to it this time around, or if Poke Squad
How
can
do they
turn
throw
around.
it?
Yes.
What do they do next?
JMD either demolishes the games or they throw them at some point. Last time they threw it a little bit and allowed Poke Squad to come back to actually win that game.
Just waiting to see them dive the Nexus.
I'm sure it'll happen at some point in this game.
I mean, with TF ult, you can dive the Nexus from a screen away.
But
they're going back mid, though.
Flash forward coming from both of them, but a nice ultimate from Snowfake, able to put him in the right spot as Your Bad Sorry is going to get his second kill of the game here. And now he's getting pretty fed now on that Twisted Fate. That's going to be a Morello Nomicon coming up for him as Billy D transforming. Went in a little bit too early. Can he get the stun? He gets it. Is the Gnar going to come out? It might, but he pushes him away and closer to the tower instead. So I guess just for a little bit of damage there. Not
at
too
this point,
sure
just trying
if
to
I ulted
force
that
him
way.
out of the lane, I think. When you're sitting there against the Maokai with no mana on him, you're just frustrated. Just go away. Oh, but now Snowfake's here.
Snowfake's here, but he gets the slow and then the jump away, so it might be enough that he can dodge the Q, but he's forced to flash out of it. He's at least learning from his mistakes last time, and he's going to be able to get out. And a fight comes down in the bot lane as Your Bad Sorry's coming in, but he uses the gold card on a minion, but it doesn't look like it's going to matter as In Color is going to drop. Danny's God might be the next one to fall. Green is here, but is he enough? He's just going to walk away and leaves his support to die. Did he get too close? I don't know, but Virgin Buster going to be here as well as the rest of the team's going to try to dodge away. Nice stopwatch coming from Nidget, but is it going to be enough? Your Bad Sorry is actually the target this time around, but the flash away as another stopwatch is used, and Your Bad Sorry finally going to drop, but it's not going to end as Xer going to be able to get the kill, but it does cost him his life. And now Green and Nidget, the last two alive. Nidget, you don't have mana. You're a support. I don't think you could take
Green
this.
doesn't have mana either.
It's still a
And
J4.
Yeah, but it's Ruby Crystal J4, man. He's not building damage.
Okay.
He'll just smack it out. Nidget has built more damage than he has. He's got the Eye of Frost.
Okay, you know what? You're right.
They will both walk away though. Neither of them gonna find out exactly what happens there after shenanigans continue in this bot lane. And now Nidget, he'll be picking up teleport as supports do these days, and we'll see exactly where he takes that. But I wanted to back up and say Snowflake, his Lee Sin's pretty clean. He's had a couple very nice kicks in a row. So, not just a Scion player. I respect that.
Danny is gonna get locked down again, and now here comes Snowflake, the ultimate coming out. The Dragon's Rage doing so much work as Snowflake's gonna get another kill.
Oh boy!
Goes deep against In Color, but that's what happens when you're against Ezreal and you go to Twisted Advance on them. But still, he's able to get out. Danny is God will drop, and that's going to just be a 1-for-0 for JMD. They're playing this smart, they're playing it slow and getting objectives, and they're going to get possibly their first dragon of the series here. I think all of them went to Poke Squad.
I cannot say JMD is playing this game slow, Rudy. But they are playing it smarter, though. Going for the Drake, and they're still going to lose someone.
Yeah, Your Bad Sar is going to drop his Virgin Buster. Is able to get there, and spoke a little too soon as the Dragon does go over to Poke Squad. This was something that really helped them in the last game. They had good objective control where they got, I believe, everything except for like the towers early on.
Except for one Baron, which they then aced JMD after anyways, so the Baron really wasn't super impactful.
But they will take a tower in the mid lane, so a little bit of an overextension by JMD going for that dragon. I thought they had it, but they just...
I think they did. It's just, I feel like the mispositioning, QXI was not, being the tank, being up front, being in Virgin Buster's face. They kind of just let Virgin Buster walk up and ult two of the squishies, which is always a problematic situation. So I misplay of that zoning game, failing to recognize the threats. I feel like the call was the right call in the situation, but they did not play around the pit well enough.
It showed by them getting caught out, a kill going in favor of Poke Squad as well as that dragon. I hear a ghost being used.
Yeah, they're going for Virgin Buster.
Yeah, Snowflake is going to be able to find the Dragon Rage onto him. As I don't even think Your Bad Sorry needed that ghost, but it didn't matter. They picked up the kill easily. And Snowflake is really finding the angles like almost perfectly for these Dragon Rage, and this is going to be a Rift Herald most likely going in favor of JMD. We do see Billy D is making his way over there, but I don't think he's going to want to try to fight this one.
Yeah, Green is in the mid lane. They may actually secure an objective without giving up much, but you never know.
Yeah, Billy D all by himself is going to get locked down there by all the CC coming out from JMD, and Snowflake wanted that one as well, as he's going to be able to pick that one up. They do get the Rift Herald, so this is not going to go on the side of Poke Squad, and that, I keep referencing last game, but that was something that really helped them come back. They got a good chunk of gold when they were able to get that mid lane tower in the last game, and they don't have this option this time around, so they're going to be a lot farther back on their heels as JMD is playing this one a lot smoother, but they still have a long ways to go before the Nexus is destroyed.
Yeah, Billy D was still trying to repeat history a little bit there, jumping in and saying, hey, JMD, you're trying to take an objective. We're totally going to win the fight. The issue was he actually didn't have anyone with him when he went in, so this time it was not to be, as they were ultimately forced to give that one up. And we'll see how that is put to use. I think especially when you're playing Lee Sin, you want to drop that Rift Herald as fast as possible so you can get your jumping wards back. Because you want that yellow trinket available so you can do those sweet hop kicks. That's important. So the mid lane tower's here. It looks like Snowflake is sitting back, and they probably just could channel it right now.
Yep, there it is with that inhibitor being that tower being not defended too well. We do see the Ezreal on the bot side But this might be just the force coming out from JMD, but they're actually going to back off instead. And that means just the Rift Tail is going to be used just for half tower damage, not the most optical or oh wow, I can't speak.
Optimal?
Yeah, go for me. You know what I was going to say.
Yeah, it wasn't the most optimal use. I think the timing was a little bit off. It basically arrived as the minions there died, and they could have waited for the next minion wave, maybe get a cannon minion in the wave before pulling that off. Plus, yeah, we saw just a lot of fear into Virgin Buster's Orianna, I think, in particular. Well, this is a very, very squishy team. QXI, I don't believe, was immediately in the area, but it looks like they are going to try to fight.
Yeah, they're all 5 together. The ultimate coming out from the Maokai going to miss, and that means that your bad Sarge is going to the bot side. They see this, and they're going to jump in on them. Exer is going to be caught out all by himself, has no way to get out from that Cataclysm, and that's going to be a kill going over to Virgin Buster. The rest of his team just left him to die there, but here comes Snowfake trying to get in on the Virgin Buster, but it's not going to be able to get him in the right way. That is a shutdown going in favor now of PokeSquad, so nice patience there coming out, waiting for the TF to go bot side after he popped his ultimate and then go in. And this is paying out dividends for them. They're going to try to get this mid lane tower, use the ultimate on a QXI, and that's going to mean a lot. The stopwatch is going to be able to keep him alive for now, but is it going to be enough? He is going to be able to get out alive just barely, as well as most members on the side of PokeSquad. But here comes the flash 4 by Yursari. He's not able to get any kills just yet as the tower does fall. But everybody on this side of PokeSquad is so low. You see Nidget really wanted to try to find that engage, but is not able to find it. So they are able to pick up that tower, and the goal lead is exactly at 0.
That was so close to being disastrous as the stopwatch bait comes out again, this time from QXI. I don't know how much longer, players can use, oh my gosh, he has a stopwatch as an excuse. You just check the inventory at this point, guys. It happens every game. There's 20 stopwatches, and ultimately they still get the tower and don't lose anyone, but that was so close to turning back on its head as they tried to dive heavily for that Maokai.
Billy D goes in for the engage, tries to find Snowflake, gets the slowdown, already at half health with the full combo coming out from the Gnar, and with that damage coming through, Green is going to be able to finalize it. QXI finalizes his teleport. Don't know if he wanted to do that as he's going to be chunked down. It's taking a long time because he's a very tanky tree, but it doesn't matter as In Color is able to pick up that kill. And now this means that the entire map is open for PokeSquad. They're trying to rush it down mid, trying to get themselves another inhibitor here, and cracking open the base only 19 minutes in.
And this all goes back to JMD pushing things a bit too far. Going for kind of a wonky initiation a long time ago. QXI throwing out the ultimate from the Raptor Pit. And then once that failed, they didn't actually back off, and they let Green just jump on top of Exer. That's what started this whole sequence of PokeSquad getting back into this, grabbing themselves the gold lead. And now, likely, an Infernal Drake as well, as they will continue their Drake domination.
They do have to
They
be
aren't
careful,
going to go for it just yet. Yeah, they could wait for this to expire, or they could give them full respect here and back out.
Green
doesn't look like they're ready to give up the objective, though.
Yeah, they're going to try to go in for that steal. The Orianna Ball is going to be able to give them the vision that they do need. So they are actually going to turn around here, and they see that they're really split on the side of JMD. The combo, though, being used by J4, and I'm pretty sure JMD saw that. They do pick up the Infernal Drake, but is the engage going to be able to come in? They are in there pretty well. They're now grouped as 5. Ultimate comes through to slow them down. Does the engage come through by either side? It's just going to be a disengage coming out from PokeSquad, it looks like, as JMD wasn't able to find the engage.
Yeah, I mean, PokeSquad, they got the Infernal. They don't really need to fight there. They have the open inhibitor. They can use that to create pressure in that mid lane. Or the dead inhibitor, sorry, not the open inhibitor. They can use that to create pressure. Maybe start looking for this Baron. It's a bit early to really try to burst that down at 20 minutes. But it's an option for them as they are now in the lead as well.
I feel like they're mostly going to wait until they have that Blade of the Ruin King on Ezreal.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's going to vastly increase the time it takes to take the Baron, or I guess decrease the time. But right now, like you said, a little too dangerous. The game is not completely in the favor of Poke Squad. They are going to get themselves a little over a 2,000k gold lead here, but I don't think it's enough to go anything for too crazy.
Yeah, and this game they are actually leading in the objectives in terms of turrets, as Green goes hard on Exer.
Yeah, Exer's going to be caught out there, but his teammate is going to be able to come in as Your Bad Sorry shows up, as well as Nidget, and this might look good for JMD if they're able to find the targets in color. Just barely sidesteps the Sonic Wave there, but now this is just straight up 5v5 as every member is now here. Can they find the damage? QXI thinks they can. He goes in. Danny's gut is going to drop, so this is now a 5v4 in favor of JMD, but the kiting backwards going well for Poke Squad as they're able to dodge out. Do they actually want to go in on this? They have the damage, and there goes Green. Does that find the knockup? But they do find the kill onto QXI. The ultimate coming in from Billy D, just pushing them away. Your Bad Sorry tries to get something in. Snowfake finalizes the kill. That's an 80 carry and a jungler now down as he kicks Billy D back to the rest of his team. But that is a very angry Gnar, but Snowfake gets a triple kill there. Great work there, but Virgin Buster with the turnaround there, able to get a third kill, and that's going to completely equalize this out.
Got flash.
He's going for it. Can he find himself the Quadra? Doesn't get the slow into Exer, and I think that is not going to be enough. I think Exer's going to be able to get out of this one, but he's forced to flash out at least. Virgin Buster really wanted that. But man, that was so close to being great there for JMD, but Virgin Buster with that ultimate hitting 4 people. I thought the big playmaker there was going to be Snowfake with the Lee Sin double kill into the kick. But no, it was that Orianna Quadra ultimate hitting.
Another situation where you see one team goes a little bit crazy and they should have it turned against them completely. And then they still end up winning the team fight. Green going in onto Exer alone. But it just so happens he's a Cinder Hulk Warmog's Jarvan. There's no burst there. He's got Electrocute, but he's got no scaling on top of that. He's not going to burst Exer. He had no backup. Then Danny as God was the first one there. Now they're going deep again.
Can they find the engage? This is very similar to the last one as Green is going to jump in there. Virgin Buster with the Cataclysm into the Shockwave is going to be able to get himself a triple kill there. And this means that the entire map is open once again for the Poke Squad. And they are not going to stop at just the first tower. They're going to get at least 2 here. Still 20 seconds on the majority of the team of JMD. And they're not going to slow down. They're going to keep going.
You know, there are 2 parts to TF Ultimate. When you press the button the first time, you get vision of every player on the map. So you know if you just so happen to be shifting into a 3v5 with your AD carry in the mid lane. Your Bad Sorry did it anyways. Picked that fight. Shockingly got it turned against him. And they gave up another inhibitor in the process.
Yeah, especially when you try to engage in someone with a J4 and an Orianna, you cannot be grouped together. Just because the Cataclysm is almost instant. And now Nidget, not in the right area, is able to just barely jump away. But that is now a support chunked out. They're trying to stop these guys. There's actually a lot of damage going down on the bot side tower. That ultimate from Ezreal is going to be enough to at least hurt a majority of the minions. But that's a very low tower. And I think JMD is just trying to stop them from backing just to get that bot tower. But is this engage going to be worth it? The teleport coming in from Nidget, who just flashes away. He does find a kill, though. That's an Orianna gone, and that's been the majority of the damage coming out from Poke Squad. But Exer is able to find more damage, but they're so low at this point. In color gets a kill, but that is a double kill now for the Xayah, as this is now 3 for 1 in favor of JMD. 3 for 2 now as Green is able to find a kill, but Snowfake trying to get color, not able to, doesn't find the Sonic Wave, but is able to get away from it. Your Bad Sorry goes a little too far. He's going to drop, but that's another kill going to the Xayah as he's chasing down Green at this point. And that's going to mean that that tower on the bot side still really low. But at least JMD is able to stall a bit, gets a little bit of gold in their favor from that fight, but still not looking like the cleanest of fights.
I would not call this the cleanest of games by any means. This is full Clown Fiesta mode, to be honest. We do still have that 4,000 gold lead for Poke Squad after that team fight loss. I don't know what to talk about anymore, Rudy. These 2 guys, they just run at each other. People die. What do you want to talk about something else?
How's Canada doing?
Doing all right.
All right.
It's cold, but actually it wasn't cold yesterday, which actually really sucks because when it becomes cold the next day, it's no longer snow, but it's ice everywhere. So that's not fun. But we're doing all right, all things considered.
All
right, they're gonna do another Mountain Drake.
Yeah,
they
we
like their
talk
Drakes.
about this a bit. Yeah, so this is just gonna help with their pushing power. Going to be really, really good for them. And now that I think about it, having that first Mountain Drake, if that went over to JMD, would benefit them quite a bit in this position. Yeah. Being able to kill the super minions that are coming out into their base from the top side. And I like Poke Squad what they're doing here. Just going to the opposite side of the down inhibitor, get the easy tower, and then probably either rotate mid or just keep going with the push.
Yeah, just to throw that out there, Mountain Drake does not help you with minions.
I thought it did.
No.
Is it just structures? Okay.
It's structures and Baron and Dragon.
And epic. So it's epic monsters. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, but
it would have been just good to take it away from Poke Squad in this case.
Then. Yes, at this point, when you are 5,000 gold behind, you don't want to give them an extra incentive to do that Baron. Now 2 Mountain Drakes, adding a whole bunch of extra damage. And as we talked about, that Blade of the Rune King is being completed. Ooh. Ninja trying to go in, but that is super telegraphed.
Yeah, that was very early use of the quickness there, as he's not able to find anybody to charm. But all that really did, it did delay a bit, but there's super minions in the top wave going onto the Nexus Towers now. Luckily, their wave clear is pretty decent as they send QXI there, but this is going to be a 5v4 protect attempt, as an ultimate is going to miss there as the ultimate comes in from X or Snowfake, tries to find somebody but is not able to get it. Knockup's going in everywhere as Snowfake is going to drop. That's a good amount of damage. He was the one who was finding these picks on everybody on the side of Poke Squad. So now it's going to be JMD trying to find what they can. Green is actually going to go in there, but he's by himself. He doesn't have the backup just yet. He really wants to chunk down this inhibitor, but now he has the teammates there, and I don't think JMD is going to be able to defend this one. They're going to go back, try to heal up so that they can at least defend their base. But this 5v4 push, it looks like Poke Squad is just going to try to get as much as they can off of it, try to completely demolish the base. Triple inhibitor is almost impossible to come back from, and JMD knows this, so they are being very far forward to protect this inhibitor.
Yeah, they are doing the classic kill all of the buildings in the way, but it actually looks like they're not going to be able to get the last inhibitor. Going to give a little bit of respect as Snowfake has respawned. Not super high in the mana pool for Danny, Is God, Virgin Buster, and In Color means they will play it safe, back it off, and get that inhibitor later. But looking at that Nexus turret, even that is a 1 or 2 hit Nexus turret at the moment, with 2 inhibitors down. And your bad is looking for something. Oh, he just TP'd mid. All right, he's farming, just trying to scare him. Maybe take a peek at where they were recalling, but will not find anything there.
Yeah, and looking at the item build here from QXI, we just saw him get chunked out pretty far from just one rotation of spells coming out from Virgin Buster. He has no MR right now. Granted, a lot of the members of Poke Squad is AD, but that's still, you have to respect the damage from Virgin Buster, and I'm expecting him to get at least some sort of MR in his next item or two.
Yeah, we'll see. There is always the option for the Gargoyle Stone Plate. He's keeping that Broken Stopwatch in his inventory, which means it's on the horizon for him at some point. Not going to get the ward in that bush as they will check it, but oh, here goes the fight.
Yeah, it's 2 on an extra, and the Blade Collar there not being used in the correct spot there, so that damage is not going to come through as everybody on JMD is going to be really low. That's 3 down already, and now Poke Squad, they're going to go in for the win as they're going to try to cut down You're Bad, I'm Sorry. One more auto is going to be it. He uses his Zonias to just delay at this point, and now it's Poke versus Xer. Can Xer defend the base 1v5? I don't think he's going to be able to. I think this is going to be a 2-0 sweep coming out from Poke Squad.
I have to think you're right, Rudy. They're taking down the Nexus turrets, and here goes the Nexus. It looks like a 2-0.
Yeah, Xer does get himself a double kill, but it's not going to be enough, as that's going to be a 10th kill going over to Virgin Buster, as that is the game and the series going over to the Poke Squad.
Yeah, absolutely. Shenanigans abound in both games. I think that's fair to say. neither team, I would say, played super cleanly. I think that's fair. I don't think I'm being too flamey. Maybe, you know, fun prioritized over winning. I just can't respect that. No.
And that's the Penn State
But
LCS for you.
it's like I'm an ARAM main, so you know.
Yeah,
They were fun to watch. It was hard to cast those games from my analytic perspective, but they were fun. There was that. JMD definitely having some fun.
And isn't that all that matters?
Well, I hope so. You'd have to ask them, but if they say no, then they have got their priorities mixed up.
Mm-hmm. I guess that's true. Now, there is another series going on, as I just want to check on it over on Polarity Stream, which is WIP versus GCFC. Except the game right now is 15-1 in kills, and they're pushing down the Nexus Tower. So that game is just about over for GCFC. It looks like they're about to win that one 2-0. But yeah, I feel like this showed really good for both teams. Really interesting moments here and there. Snowflake, he did show up pretty hard on that Lee Sin, finding a lot. Yeah, no,
I was impressed. For a Scion main, he clearly has some strong mechanics on that champion. He got some 3 or 4 clean kicks in a row, doing ward hops, doing kick flashes.
Mm-hmm.
But in classic JMD fashion, they just went too deep, trying to take everything at once. And then, they died a lot.
Yeah.
That's what happened after.
I'll have to see. I'll have to check in the last couple of years in the Penn State LCS if he's ever been able to play Scion again. It's been
I think I've seen it once. I think
time.
I saw it once because I was, I was not familiar with the PSU LCS back then. And I'm always like, what are these Scion bans? These Scion bans are silly. He's not that strong a champion. And then Snowflake gets Scion one game. And then I'm like, okay, I understand. Ban Scion. So I'm pretty sure you got to play it last year.
All right, so you got at least one game on it.
One game.
Not sure. And if they ask us to cast more of his games, we're going to keep making note of it of, hey, just ban his Scion. So
wait, I want to see it again.
Yeah, it's hey, if you want to win, ban Scion. If you want to have fun and want us to have fun, leave it up.
Yeah, well, we just won't say anything. We'll let nature take its course.
Mm-hmm. We'll
and if he gets it, he gets it.
I'll just see if next week, because I believe I'll have to look up. I believe the Penn State LCS is used in a Swiss format, so maybe they'll face a team that's relatively new and doesn't know about Snowflake. So he's like, "Oh, we don't have to ban Scion. Scion, he can't be that good with Scion, right?" Now he's like, I will never forget the time. I think it was 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, of just seeing him Tokyo drift around the corners inside the jungle in order to get like the perfect Scion ult. Where I think he started it in the top lane and ended it in the bot lane somehow. He was able to go from one tier 2 tower to the other tier 2 tower.
That sounds impossible, but it's Snowflake, so you never know.
It's Snowflake. I had to find the video and show it at some point again. It's one of my favorite things to see. But before we get too far off track, I think that's going to be it for us. Because we usually just ramble off here at the end. But
yeah, we can do that. But chat seems dead, so no one's listening anyways, Rudy. Yeah. We might as well just call it a night.
That'll probably be it. So that was week 1 for the Penn State LCS from us. If you guys want to see more games, definitely stop by here and there. I'll be casting as many Penn State games as I can, be it the official Penn State team, be it the Penn State LCS, whatever have you. If you're part of the Penn State LCS and wants to cast your games, just send me a message on Facebook, through here, wherever you could find me. You can follow Doug on Facebook at DougFD.
Actually,
like that.
You literally cannot follow me on Facebook. I don't have a Facebook.
I meant Twitter, but
you meant Twitter.
Yeah, let me see. What's his thing?
I do have a Twitter, but it's secret and no one's allowed to have it.
His Twitter is where is it? I can't. There it is. It's at Doug F Duar. Go ahead and add him. Is it
it's not French. It's Scottish.
You gotta admit,
jerk.
You're Canadian, so I assumed it was French.
Okay. Scots built Canada, okay? The French just came later.
How close are you to Quebec?
I'm literally next door.
Oh, so okay.
My city is on the border. It is the border of Quebec.
That goes in more favor of my thinking.
No, that's Scottish. Dewar's whiskey.
Okay. I never heard of that, but if I ever see it, I'll make sure to buy it.
Actually, don't. It's not that great.
Okay, then I won't. I'll take your word for it. But anyway, before we keep talking about whiskey, we're going to sign off. We'll see you guys next week, hopefully, for some more Penn State shenanigans.
Maybe.
We'll see. Who knows? But until then, see you guys later.
Later.